Every garden starts with a seed of inspiration. In my backyard, amidst some old wooden crates and forgotten garden pots, I saw more than just worn-out materials. I saw the potential to create something beautiful, soulful, and sustainable. What if we could turn these recycled relics into a charming vintage rustic oasis? Join me on this journey as we breathe new life into the old, crafting a home and garden space that's rich with personality and gentle on the earth. Welcome to Green Home Living. Discover fresh ideas to beautify your home and garden. Press the subscribe button and give a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, so the channel can keep growing and inspiring more people. Vintage garden planters made from recycled materials beautifully merge eco-consciousness with aesthetic grace, inviting viewers to imagine a garden filled with personality and history. These planters often include items such as weathered wooden crates, rusty metal buckets, or repurposed ceramic pots. Each piece tells its own story, adding layers of nostalgia and charm that enhance the visual narrative of a sustainable garden. By embracing imperfections like chipped paint and faded colors, the garden space becomes a canvas where nature intertwines with reclaimed artistry. This approach highlights the beauty of renewal, giving new life to discarded objects, and nurtures an environment where plants thrive within vessels that celebrate the past. These vintage containers also create a whimsical, eclectic style blending with lush greenery, making every corner of your garden an inviting little ecosystem of its own. Thank you to all who have subscribed and liked. May you stay healthy and live a long, prosperous life. Rustic outdoor seating crafted from upcycled wood conveys warmth, heritage, and an intimate connection to nature. Whether fashioned from salvaged barn wood, old pallets, or historical furniture remnants, these seating arrangements speak to a timeless craftsmanship that modern mass production cannot replicate. The character-rich grains and knots in the wood invite touch and evoke stories of days gone by. Positioned under leafy canopies or sun-dappled garden nooks, these seats become sanctuaries of quiet reflection and convivial gatherings. Their rustic silhouettes, replete with natural textures, seamlessly complement both floral bursts and rugged garden terrains, offering a perfect refuge that encourages moments of rest while celebrating the beauty of sustainable creativity. cozy vintage garden bench crafted from reclaimed wood is more than just a functional element. It is an invitation to pause and absorb the tranquil spirit of a garden oasis. As you envision weathered planks softened by time and wear, the bench evokes feelings of solace and nostalgic comfort. Often marked by subtle imperfections like faded paint or rounded edges, it embodies stories of generations past, grounding the garden in a sense of history. Nestled beneath flowering shrubs or climbing vines, this bench becomes a focal point for quiet mornings with a book or evening conversations over tea. The interplay of rustic material and natural surroundings transforms an ordinary garden feature into a cherished retreat where heritage and nature converge. Upcycled garden decor represents the art of breathing new life into forgotten artifacts, weaving personal history into the fabric of outdoor spaces with rustic charm. Items such as old window frames, repurposed glass jars, or metal scraps take on fresh personalities, becoming unexpected sculptures or ambient accents. This style resonates deeply with viewers who value sustainability and creative expression, as it melds utility with sentimental value. Each piece speaks to the gardener's individuality and respect for the environment, making the garden a living gallery of memories and imagination. The result is an eclectic, warm atmosphere that enriches the outdoor experience by bridging the old and the new with mindful artistry. Rustic garden trellises made from reclaimed wood elevate the garden structure while embedding rustic elegance into the vertical landscape. These trellises, with their rough-hewn wood and naturally aged finishes, blend effortlessly into their green surroundings, seeming as if they have grown alongside the plants they support. The interplay of rugged texture and organic growth celebrates a handcrafted spirit, enriching climbing flowers and vines with architectural grace. Beyond their practical role, these trellises evoke a sense of tradition and craftsmanship, reflecting a harmonious relationship between human creativity and natural growth. They invite gardeners and visitors alike to experience the garden as a timeless, lovingly tended sanctuary. Vintage garden lighting created from recycled materials forms an enchanting atmosphere that transforms outdoor spaces as dusk falls. Using elements like repurposed mason jars, antique lanterns, or aged metals, these lighting fixtures offer gentle, flickering illumination that enhances the garden's nostalgic ambience without sacrificing environmental responsibility. Their warm, inviting glow extends the garden's magic into evening hours, blending sustainability with aesthetic appeal. Ideal for quiet dinners, moonlit strolls, or quiet meditation, this eco-friendly lighting intertwines function and artistry, making the garden a place of wonder and restfulness under the stars. The thoughtful reuse of materials also serves as a reminder that beauty and conservation can coexist harmoniously. Rustic vintage garden signs carved or painted on recycled wood add a uniquely personal and charming voice to a garden space. These signs might mark plant varieties, feature welcoming messages, or share inspiring quotes, creating a conversational layer that connects visitors to the garden story. Their weathered surfaces and classic typography evoke a bygone era, bringing warmth and character that enhance the overall vintage feel. Crafted from salvaged wood, each sign's unique markings and textures remind viewers of the passage of time and the enduring beauty found in natural, sustainable elements. These signs don't just decorate, they narrate, deepening the garden's emotional resonance and fostering a sense of place and belonging. Old doors re-envisioned as garden gates or decorative accents convey stories of transition and preservation. Their detailed carvings, peeling paint, and classic hardware not only offer visual interest but also serve as symbolic thresholds between the cultivated beauty of the garden and the wider natural world. These doors stand as monuments of craftsmanship and history, inviting exploration and wonder. Repurposing them into garden features emphasizes the creative reimagining of vintage elements, transforming utilitarian objects into artistic focal points. Their timeless presence enriches garden pathways and boundaries with architectural significance and nostalgic allure, making every entry a moment to pause and appreciate heritage. Vintage flower pots created from recycled containers imbue gardens with character and individuality through their eclectic forms and storied pasts. From worn boots to weather-beaten tins and repurposed buckets, each container carries an imaginative narrative that celebrates reuse and creativity. These unconventional vessels frame plants in visually arresting ways, blending texture, color, and history with living blooms. This inventive use of containers invites viewers to reconsider the ordinary and cherish sustainability's aesthetic advantages. The result is a garden decorated with a delightful mix of whimsy and nostalgia, where the old and the organic flourish together in charming harmony. Rustic garden pathways fashioned from salvaged bricks, stones, or wooden planks serve as tactile journeys through a garden steeped in vintage charm. These pathways ground the outdoor space in history and nature, their irregular textures and fading hues creating natural rhythm beneath bare feet. Each material bears evidence of life before the garden. Old bricks from demolished buildings, weathered stones smoothed by time, and reclaimed wood from forgotten spaces. Walking these paths evokes a sense of discovery and connection to the cycles of reuse and regeneration. The irregular, handcrafted feel contrasts with modern precision, bringing a welcoming and authentic rustic atmosphere that invites slow enjoyment of the garden's seasons and scents. A vintage herb garden arranged with upcycled containers and rustic accents combines beauty and functionality with sustainable intention. Using weathered pots, tin cans, or wooden crates, the garden becomes a fragrant retreat offering herbs that nourish both body and soul. The aged, imperfect vessels blend with lush greenery and blossoming herbs like lavender, rosemary, and thyme, creating a sensory tapestry rich in color, aroma, and texture. This fusion of vintage charm and conscious reuse highlights a gardening philosophy rooted in mindfulness and heritage, encouraging an intimate relationship with nature's gifts through thoughtful stewardship and timeless aesthetics. Rustic birdhouses crafted from recycled wood, metal, or containers extend the vintage garden's narrative by inviting wildlife into a harmonious sanctuary. These handcrafted homes, marked by natural wear and eclectic designs, complement the surrounding flora with their organic warmth and history. They symbolize a gardener's respect for biodiversity and commitment to ecological balance, providing shelter while enhancing the garden's visual and environmental diversity. Their nostalgic appeal and sustainable construction resonate deeply with viewers who cherish both nature's beauty and the stories inherent in reused materials. These birdhouses are tangible connections between garden creativity and wildlife preservation. Sustainable garden furniture infused with vintage design combines the charm of rustic aesthetics with the principles of environmental responsibility. Crafted from repurposed wood, metal, or fabric, these pieces offer durability, comfort, and narrative depth. The vintage flair emerges through classic lines, distressed finishes, and handcrafted details, creating an outdoor living space that feels timeless and inviting. This furniture tells stories of past lives while supporting modern ecological values, encouraging responsible consumption and artistic expression. Positioned around garden patios or nestled under trees, these pieces invite both social gatherings and quiet contemplation, balancing beauty and sustainability with grace. Vintage rustic garden water features crafted from recycled elements such as old metal basins, ceramic pots, or wooden barrels infuse the garden with peace, movement, and sensory delight. The gentle trickling or splashing water provides a calming soundtrack, enhancing the garden's contemplative atmosphere. These features blend artistry with ecological mindfulness, using reclaimed materials to sculpt serene focal points that celebrate both nature and creativity. The weathered textures and patinas suggest stories of previous uses, enriching the sensory experience and grounding the water's fluidity within a narrative of renewal and rustic elegance. Repurposing antique garden tools into decorative elements transforms utilitarian objects into works of art imbued with soul and history. Old rakes, hoes, spades, and cultivators attain renewed purpose as sculptural accents or hanging displays, linking the garden to generations of hands that worked the soil. The rusted textures and worn wood evoke feelings of nostalgia and craftsmanship, grounding the garden in tradition. These artifacts celebrate the labor, ingenuity, and rustic aesthetics of vintage tools, transforming the garden into a space rich with narrative resonance and artisanal beauty that honors both function and form. From forgotten materials to a charming retreat, your garden now holds stories of the past and dreams for the future. I encourage you to look around your own home for those overlooked treasures. Wood, metal, or pots that can be transformed into something special. Remember, creating a vintage rustic garden oasis isn't just about design. It's about nurturing sustainability and your creative spirit. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, subscribe, and share your own garden revival stories in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to make our spaces green, beautiful, and meaningful.